Hey guys, oh, this is coming through quicker. So anyhow, we're live, and how is everybody doing? Just get a cool drink here. Good. I did get a cold drink there, guys. Definitely, it's just juice, and that gives you a bit of a brain rush. But giving you guys some updates on the next. The next TikTok shows I'll be doing, guys, definitely are for Halloween. Definitely, it could be a little bit longer than the last sets. So basically, we started through the Looking Glass sessions. Again, they're different. We started with Felicia Liliani through the Looking Glass, Indiana Plain through the Looking Glass, and this next one, guys, is actually going to be a spooker. This one's going to be very spooky, guys. This is going to be a little bit more scarier than the other two. If the first one a little bit you thought might have been a little bit scary, this definitely next one, guys, is going to be very, very scary, guys. Definitely. It is called the Legend of the Haunted Legend of the Evil, the Haunted Legend through the Evil Looking Glass. That's what it is. It's a bit of a tongue twister. It's going to be a little bit longer, a lot longer. So therefore, there is not going to be set up like the chessboard game, like the other two were. This one here it's just going to let it take its own course. So it'll have an ending. It'll determine how it wants to end. Definitely on its own type show. So yes, I will put an ending to it, but it'll be a little bit longer. It's going to be, again, make sure that if you're under 18, make sure you guys are well supervised by an adult, because some of it may be very spooky, just a little bit of the sound effects in the background or whatever. May get a little scary. That's about it. So again, it's the haunted legend through the Evil Looking Glass. So again, it starts off kind of good, and then may get a little spooky at some parts. So again, same idea. This time, I don't think I'm going to use the Gypsy Rover character. I think I'm going to be myself at first going through. Somewhere along the line, I will turn into something on the other side, or start off being myself on the other side, from one side to the other. And halfway through the clips, yes, you may see a bit of a change. So that's going to be quite interesting. This one here, guys. Again, please show respect if you guys are noticing it on watching it on TikTok. Show respect. Don't leave any rude comments underneath. Please do not video chat call me from Facebook or anything else like that, because because it'll freeze my cameras and everything else like that. Especially if I'm using blue green screen technology. Definitely it freezes. Then I got to go back and I got to redo those clips over again. And this one here, out of all the other ones, now they're all kind of complicated to put together. This one here is going to be the most complicatedest one to do, this Halloween one, because this one here is more detailed going together than some of the other ones are. So it's, like I said, this one here is a lot more harder work. Tires me out a lot quicker. Now they all tire me out, but this one here is going to tire me out a lot more quicker because it's longer. There's more detail to it. There's going to be a bit of mixture of probably all different categories, from comedy comedians to music to spooky music, to frightening music. That probably maybe some background sound effects. There'll be, again, halfway through it, it'll be set up so it's going to come across very, 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 very spooky level, guys. Totally. So it may scare you if you're under 18. I'm not saying that if you're under 18 you can't watch. Just make sure you're accompanied by an adult. That's all. While watching it on TikTok or whatever. And definitely, just because it may be a little frightening, because it does have to do with Halloween. It is at a kind of what you call a scary nightmare horror film level. So that's why I said, guys, this is kind of good. But again, it's all in fun, guys. Enjoy. I do this as a hobby. Just let you guys know, I don't get paid to do this. I do this on my own spare time. I actually, when I pay my internet bill, I pay for all these platforms and the usage of all this audio and stuff like that too. So, if I use it, whereas some areas they don't have, they just have to just pay for their internet. They don't have to pay for all this extra gadgets. I have to pay for all these extra gadgets. But that's okay. I'm used to it. I don't mind it. That's why I do everything in a large bundle. Definitely goes quicker. I find if it's like a musical, we get through it a lot quicker. This one here is going to be a little bit longer. A little bit of it's going to have a little bit of fantasy reality. Excuse me. Yeah, again, it's going to have some fantasy reality. And again, guys, don't be going around calling Alice through the looking glass, because it has nothing to do with Alice. Okay, Alice is owned by Disney, and I am allowed to use through the looking glass, but because it's everyday vocabulary, word that's used all the time in the conversations. And I can use the word the looking glass because that is normal. I am not allowed to use the word Alice in front of it. That's why you see the big change, why you see the big twist around, and everything's different. You notice when I do it on TikTok, the cosplay is all different. The cosplay theater is different. This is why it's Felicia Lily Annie through the looking glass, Indiana T Plain, which is my name. My name is Timothy Plain, but I put Indiana in front of it. Quote, I can use the nickname Indiana, but I have to have my real name beside it. Can't use Jones. Again, same deal with Alice. So it has to come out all differently. So it becomes what you call becomes original content. Also, too, it contains a little bit of a magical illusion. Those that love you guys are fan of magic. You guys love seeing magic shows, that kind of stuff like that. This is what this is. It is a stand-up magic show, definitely. It is a very spiritual, illusional, science fiction evolution magic show. Definitely that you're seeing before your eyes on TikTok. Definitely, I won't tell you what I'm doing how to do that. But anyhow, again, like I said, guys, don't take anything seriously. Everything is based off the computer. It is all scientifically put together. Everything else like that. So. I spend a lot of hard work on putting this stuff together. I find that it's easier to do it kind of in a bit of a musical way. More people get more out of it than by voice scripting. So more of it's more of a mime type musical mime show, that kind of stuff like that. Without the makeup, but different. and less what you call less mime arm actions. Um, I could put the mime actions in there too if I wanted to. I know how to do those, but I try to make it kind of at a normal entertainment, what you call it, a normal level that people can enjoy it. Definitely. So that's is why I say, guys, definitely. Before I get started with that, guys, definitely, I will be getting this place all dolled up. I got to get that mirror tight and at the back, guys, which is behind me, guys. You can see the looking glass, regular queen size dresser, guys, and mirror. Actually, I bought that at the Salvation Army for $30. Not bad. Awesome. I needed a dresser anyways to put my clothes in, because that way I don't have them all piling up in bags and boxes. Definitely. So that's, I was lucky I was able to buy that when I was able to buy that. Definitely. So it is going to be, again, it's going to be decorated in here with the Halloween decorations. But like I said, guys, instead of having the haunted house this year, guys, it is the legend through the haunted looking glass. Through the haunted evil looking glass. It's a bit of a tongue twister, guys. Definitely. So see how I do everything totally different. Some of the music, yes, from some of your favorite artists you may recognize. It is TikTok, by the way. So we're doing it. I'm doing it all in regular TikTok audio. So that way I'm not using it using my original voice, giving my original voice a break and that kind of stuff like that too as well. Doing it different compared to what I did. Haunted Legend of Haunted Hunter's Cabin, Camp Haunted Hunter's Cabin 13, where I used some of the clips. I used my real voice and that kind of stuff, and did voices for characters and that kind of stuff like that. So this way, this is different. It is more like a spookier musical than anything, guys. Totally. I know this is the type of thing you guys like, that kind of stuff like that. The first half of it, it starts out with some dude going through the looking glass or seeing something in the looking glass or whatever. Sees another world. This time, guys, I guess I'm starting off as myself, like I am now. Like I'm sitting in this room, and then I go through the looking glass and haunted evil looking glass, and I end up in this evil haunted world of some kind. Not knowing where I am, that kind of stuff like that. Or it's the main look. It starts off being pretty, but then it gets non-pretty. As you know, I end up going through like a lot of fantasy. Like I go into a fantasy world of fantasy, reality, frightening, that kind of stuff like that. But I'm gonna have it all again. I'm gonna have it all ready to go here, definitely. So this will be your haunted house for this Halloween, guys. Definitely. So that way when it comes and it's gonna be done early and on time for Halloween. So this is gonna go longer, guys. Definitely. I think this is gonna go start this. We're gonna have to start now, or shortly. But before we get started now, this is gonna be very long, guys. Definitely show respect all the way through it. Again, when you see it appear on YouTube, which you will, on my other account, on my Timothy Plain account, make sure you guys watch it all the way through, like it. Leave good comments, people, please. Don't leave rude comments. Don't leave sexual comments. Definitely. I'm going to get cracking, getting this place all dolled up. Again, I got some of the people up, but I'm not gonna get the for the opening half, anyways, it's gonna make it look kind of spooky in here. Totally. I'm gonna change again. I'm gonna change the couch cover to like a nice white, and also too. Once I get this mirror tightened, then my coffee stuff is good stuff on there too as well. So basically, guys, it's gonna be cool because there's gonna be just let you guys know, not so everybody understands. Not everything you see on TikTok is reality. Now, yes, there is videos on TikTok that's been done on TikTok, like during the pandemic, what was going on with the Walmart stores, and you see police officers pounding on people and that kind of stuff, restraining people the wrong way or whatever, getting out of hand. Those videos you see on TikTok, yes, those videos are real. Same with the videos to do with the First Nation residential schools system, and the kids they were finding. Those are real videos, guys. Canada Day protest that went on for that this year, with the cancellation of Canada Day and that kind of stuff like that for the last 2 years. Those are real videos, guys, that you see people do. Now, when I did Haunted Hunter's Cabin, guys, that was a video effect, guys, definitely. Done with special effects. Just let you guys know, when I do my TikToks, they're done with computer effects, digital video effects. Means I'm fine. I'm right here. I'm okay. It is what you call a special software that allows you to tag your videos. So when you film a horror film, or just like actors do in Hollywood when they do a horror movie, they computerize everything. Everything's digitally computerized with special effects. What I do with my TikTok videos is no different. There's an actual app that I have, or special effects software in my computer that I have, that I can create all these different special effects to make things look real. When I'm still here, I'm all right. I'm still at home. I'm still alive and well. This is more of, or bringing, making the video more interesting by using special computer digital technology, and tagging myself through music videos, and it's also called digital hashtagging. So I can create a video and act out a video or act out a scene, and then create a whole what you call video Photoshop of special effects, digital effects done by digital computers. Definitely. So that way it'll make you jump, it'll make you scream, it'll make you cry, make you laugh, and I can make things look real. And definitely, it's everyday new modern technology. Also to backgrounds, putting together kind of a bit of a background, kind of introduction, and that kind of being as a creator, volunteer creator. I'm creating content that may people might enjoy, because I know a lot of people on TikTok are enjoying the special effects, especially when I able to put together some cool filters, that kind of stuff like that, and do a total digital creation, totally, more or less, to bring up my TikToks, to make them to get so people, like I said, I don't do it to get the likes, I don't do it to get the views, and I don't do this for money. I don't make money at this. This is what I do in my own spare time. This is a hobby of mine. So there's not, like I said, I don't run a business, nothing like that. this is what I, during while we were at when we had the stay home orders and that kind of stuff like that for the last 2 years. Couldn't go anywhere. That kind of stuff like that. I used my live. I put together on my live streams these little skits, campfire legends, that kind of stuff like that, bringing them to life by using digital computerized special effect technology. So you guys could enjoy them, and then you can get a good laugh out of them or whatever. Some people have actually. It's made people cry, but it's not there to harm people. It's not there to bully people. People just take videos too damn serious on TikTok or social media. You got to stop doing that. There is cause theater players like myself that have good gifted talent in acting. That's what we're strong at. That's what we do. Definitely, especially when it comes down to the digital effects part of it. Bringing to life campfire ghost legends, that kind of stuff like that in a digital technology way that we couldn't do in the 80s and the 1990s. When we went away to summer camp or whatever, when we were kids, when we went away to summer camp, when ghost legends were told, we could at that summer camp, even if we had a video camera, we had no way of digital technology of bringing those stories to life, like they can today. Like we can today with technology and internet technology or digital technology. Even back in the 80s, horror movies, special effects were done by hand props. That was even before the blue screen came out. Everything had to be construction by hand. All the special effects, all the characters, right down to music. They just were barely just been able to fit through from a regular tape deck with inside the studios, and hoping that their regular video cameras would pick it up, because again, the video cameras at that time weren't even 3D. They weren't even digitally technology equipped yet. They didn't see this kind of technology. The first time they seen blue screen was not till 1992, 93. The DVD came out, and VHS on top of VHS, and regular tape decks and CDs came out. As we went through the 1900s, if you want to call it that, we got to about digital technology did not come out till 1999, 2000, 2001. So movies that were made from 1998, between 1998, was just barely getting better. Not quite yet digital, but when it hit 1999 to 2000, starting as of 1999 to 2000 up and all the way up to now, movies got really better, because that's why they went back, and studios when we made movies was to make them better, because the digital effects had hit. Blue screen was a thing, green screen was a thing, digital technology, computer technology was a thing. So was pick-upable. So movies got way better. So in high surround sound and in 3D motion pictures. That's with the 3D glasses. So movies being made in 3D itself, the 3D technology came out just after the digital technology came out. So 3D technology came out in 2004, 2005. Digital technology has been around since since 1999. Then 3D came in after that. Totally. So yeah, I just wanted to quiet. I'm live. Just wanted to show you. Really, we're all vaccinated here, buddy. I just wanted to give you guys kind of the updates on that, how the so basically when I do my TikToks, guys, now because of technology being so high it is, I do it in digital technology. So definitely. So again, I'm able to do special effects. I can actually special effects explosions if I wanted to. There's an app that I have access to that I can do spaceship explosions, everything else like that too as well. I know how to access it. Quiet, you too as well. So, you know, I just haven't used any of those action yet. I haven't figured out how to transition those kind of videos with those effects to TikTok. But once I'm able to do that, since I already did it with Haunted Hunter's Cabin and the Coffin Dancers, it won't take me hard to figure that out either. So, like I said, guys, maybe sometime down the road in the near future, you'll be seeing more of that too as well. Definitely with those special effects, with some of the special effects, Star Trek, that kind of stuff like that. The transitioning of Star Wars explosions and that kind of stuff like that, done by special digital effects. On top of doing original. Afterwards, guys, after this next set's done, guys, I will do. I'll take you back here, guys, and I'm going to show you the magical mirror. Definitely. Once we get it kind of go, because I just want to get getting on the go. So it's done in time for Halloween. Definitely. With all this cancel culture stuff going on, I want to get that done. Excuse me, out of the way. You may recognize some of the audio artists or songs on there, whatever. And I always share them up to YouTube, guys. Definitely. Halloween night, if I get this done in time, guys, Halloween night is going to be a party show. So I just can't. I can't. Not a type of party show where you see a lot of people here. It's just me. And probably a fun night of having a good laughs, joking around. There's another thing, and I'm not going to and like I said, I'm not going to address this on TikTok, okay, guys? Because, like I said, if I address this on TikTok, then, TikTok will ban me for no reason at all. This is another thing, guys. If somebody is having, if people are at home, and they're TikTokers or whatever platform they're on, YouTubers, whatever, it's their birthday. Their birthday does come around like everybody's does, once a year. If they are using their live stream platform to share their birthday parties with you, or the friends or the family, throwing them a surprise party, and they're videotaping that, they have every right to do that. Okay, that does not give the right haters or trolls to turn around and shut their lives off or ban their lives because they're celebrating a birthday party. because they're jealous or pissed off because Canada Day was canceled or big festivities was canceled. And that because the government cancels stuff does not mean you go and take your anger against the government against a physically disabled person or a handicapped person or children that are at home, and they enjoy going live and playing a few birthday games or whatever. Or their family's throwing them a surprise party, no matter how old they are. It's not like they're at a big event of 1,000 people where they have to social distancing or whatever, or during these times that they're not allowed to have. If they're just throwing an everyday birthday party, the family's having a small family party for them, mind your fucking business. That's all you guys have to do. If you don't want to watch or follow their birthday party, you don't have to follow it. Just scroll on past. Don't watch it. Don't go in their live streams. Don't cause trouble. Don't shut them off. Don't report their videos because they're having a good time or they're enjoying themselves, because that's what TikTok is about, is to get on and enjoy yourself like any social media platform. Don't ruin your fucking birthday parties. I know. That's why I said every October I do my birthday party. I'm 40 going on 41 every year on TikTok since I started TikTok. I did birthday shows because they're keepers. I did birthday TikToks myself, in a different format, and like I said, and we have rights to do that. And I did, when Thanksgiving came up, whatever. People do that so they can have, now because of the technologies, that they have something to go look back on. Definitely. That they enjoy doing with their families. That doesn't give people the right to go, get mad because have the attitude because they can't celebrate Canada Day or they can't celebrate July the 4th. Why should this person celebrate their birthday? And go upset those people and ruin those people's enjoyment. No matter who they are. They have the right, this is live social media, they have the right to come on live social media, and if they want to throw a birthday party online, they want to throw a birthday party on TikTok live, it's their platform. They have every right to do that. If they want to get on and have a few drinks, they have every right to do that. If they're of age to drink and they want to have alcohol drinks, they have that right to. People don't need to be ruining their shutting down their live streams like I've been hearing. The one lady was really, really upset. Like, she has a disability, and people kept banning her because all she was trying to do was go on TikTok live and enjoy a birthday party, and videotape it so she has something to look back on, or her family has something to look back on, or whatever, or have memories. And she used it, and she's using her platform for positivity, like we all do. But I guess a few bullies get in there and decide they're going to ruin it for her and upset her and put her in tears or whatever, and piss her boyfriend off. You guys got to stop to think before you fuck around with buttons. Definitely. What you're doing to people. Totally. They never do anybody any harm. They're like me. They go on their platform. They do their own thing. Then they go live because they love, like, if they have a birthday party that comes up, or I do the same thing. When my birthday comes up every year, I do my birthday shows. I have my birthday's coming up again this October 6th. I'll be 41. I will be doing birthday shows, and I will be doing them on TikTok in 60-second videos. Definitely. And I'd be doing them on YouTube. I'd be doing them on Facebook. I don't give a fuck what other people say about it. I don't care if they're pissed off because they can't go to the fucking bar because it's fucking closed. or they get mad or jealous because they can't throw a fucking Canada Day celebration or a 4th of July celebrations because the natives stopped you and they had every right to. It's their land to begin with. They want to shut it down, they can shut it down. They want to kick you off it, they'll kick you off it. They want to tell you to get the fuck off of it or remove you the fuck off of it, they will remove you the fuck off of it. They don't give a fuck. It's their land. Definitely. Keep that in mind, guys. Totally. I'm not trying to get into politics end of it, but I'm just using that as an example. There's a thing called respect. Totally. Like especially during these times, things happen. Things were found that should not have been found, and it was the Native communities who went to the government and said they did not want Canada Day and July 4th celebrated, because of all these kids that were being founded under the residential schools. Definitely. So it was their call. It was their right to say no Canada Day celebrations, no Canada Day parties, no 4th of July parties. Definitely. And the government, under respect, can't cancel it. It canceled in 2020. It canceled this year. So, but if they want to permanently cancel it, that's their right. They can go ahead to. And there'll never ever be another Canada Day or 4th of July celebration ever again, if they wanted to go that route. Definitely. Like I said, guys, so that's why I said, guys, again, this is just a teaching education video. More or less, that kind of thing wasn't really in my script, but I just wanted to address that totally. It is a thing called showing respect, and basically sit there, shut up, and listen to what they have to say. More or less, is the number one key that they all been telling you. Totally. Like don't get on TikTok. Don't write them. Don't argue. Don't get argumentative with them because they know what they're talking about. I know my wife is First Nation. My wife is Indigenous First Nation. I'm part Native myself. I was born on a First Nation reservation outside in Napanee, Ontario, which is not far from it, which is in Ottawa County, which is in Napanee, near Napanee, Ontario. I was born on Deseronto Reservation. I never grew up on the reservation, but because both sides of my family had, my mom's side was kind of mixed between French, Scotch, Dutch, and English. And German. My dad's side was Native, Irish, orange, Dutch, English Protestant, Irish Protestant, and Jewish. So there, and First Nation. So First Nation came on my dad's side, which was my dad's mother. And also too, for the fact when I was a baby, my mom was rushed to Deseronto Hospital because Napanee was not equipped at the time to deliver babies, and Kingston wasn't equipped either. So they had that. I ended up being born in Deseronto. So this is what I said, guys. There's a little bit of my birth history, anyways. So like I said, guys. So there's also a thing called kind of respect, guys. Totally. Like I said, I never had the chance to pick my relatives. Nothing like that. I wished I would have been able to, but no. I didn't even get a chance to pick the gender I was assigned to. Which I don't like, but I don't have the money to do anything about it. So that's why I do drag. This is why I do drag queen when I get the chance, when I do it. Definitely, but doesn't make me a bad evil person. Totally. And that also too, growing up as a kid, because I was under my mom's custody and that kind of stuff like that. Since I was a kid, I was in the Orange Lodge as a kid, and I went up to my adult years. I went from the kids group to the adults group when I got old enough. Definitely up to 2003. Um, this is this is why I said, guys. There's a thing called showing respect. Um, and that kind of stuff like that. So, um, and yes, we still were able to keep July the 12th during cancellation culture, because I'll tell you why. Is because the Orangeman's Day, July the 12th, we're all marching around in orange. So we fit right into the wearing of the orange. Support for the native culture people, for the First Nation communities. So, like I said, and also too, there is native First Nation lodges too. There's Mohawk 99 at Deserano and Plainsfield 33 at Napanee. So, like I said, guys, which are First Nation Orange Lodge Mason lodges, Freemason Orange lodges, which is Indigenous Native lodges. Duke of Wellington is mixed. That's the previous one that I hail from, which was Peterborough County. Way before I moved out here, before Matt, my wife, moved out here. I just took a leave of absence. I'm still registered with them. I left on a letter of resigning of leave of absence. Means that I'm okay to reply to a new Orange Lodge, if the ones that are still around, if I ever wish to. Definitely. Because I was there in good standing and that kind of stuff. And I was also a Legion member too. And also too, as a teenager, as a kid, I was in Scouts, Beavers, Cubs. I was also I was in Girl Guides. Don't ask that, or Brownies. I was in Army Cadets and Air Cadets, that kind of stuff like that. So, definitely. So the reason why July the 12th made it survive the cancel culture is because we're all in orange. So, technically, we're not really about the red and white. It is commemoration, memorial, and remembrance of the heroes of Battle of Boyne of 1812, the time of King William, Prince of Orange. Indefinitely, and like I said, that's what those parades commemorate. And for the fact that even today, I live here in Ontario, Canada, even today, the fact that war, Head's genocide war, is still going on in Ireland today. Has never stopped. Like, there's no peace in northern Belfast, Dublin, Ireland. That the Orangemen cannot march down or walk down the street safely without getting shot at in Ireland. They're still at war with the Irish Republican Army. They're still at war with the IRA in Ireland, Northern Ireland, or northern, going from the north to the south. That's what I said. Every day in Northern Ireland, Orange kids in the Orange Order, and their parents and grandparents don't have the freedom to live in what community they want to, like we do here. See how we're equal here. They're not equal. If, for an example, if McDonald's is in the Catholic community, you can't take your kids into McDonald's, because you could be arrested, you could be shot, you could be hung. You're in a community where you don't belong. You're a prisoner of war automatically. Like Ireland is so bad. On the 12th of July, there's tanks, there's armored trucks, the IRA, they're always got cannons out. They're shooting off, right? They'll drop rifles, smoke bombs, grenades, everything. And when the Orangemen try to have freedom of rights to those communities, like they do here, like to be for equalism, they're shot at. Men and women fall totally. Like it's been going on for years. They said it's starting to get better, it's starting to calm down, but as it calms down, it starts up again. There is no peace in northern Dublin, Belfast, Ireland at all. Never has been. Definitely. So that's what July the 12th is all about. So in a way, yes, the Orange Lodge is still exposed to a religious communist war, and always have been non-genocidal, non-stop in Ireland. Now here in Canada, they don't. Here they, it doesn't matter if an Orangeman's married to a Catholic woman or not. You see a lot of that today, mixed marriage here in Canada and the U.S. Everything is all equal, but because they fought for the equalism and free religious for their religious sovereignty and freedoms. But in places like Ireland, it is illegal for an Orangeman to be married to a Catholic woman. Totally. Definitely, there is strict communist laws on that, and they can't go to a grocery store if it is in the Catholic community. Just like the Catholics can't go to a store or a restaurant in a Protestant community. So this is where it is still kind of divided. That war is still going on. It hasn't quit. And it's been going all these years, even all the way up through the 1990s. Northern Ireland's been so bad, especially when it comes around to memorials, remembrance of Day of Commemoration, just like Remembrance Day. That in Ireland, the Orangemen can't march down the street like they can here in Canada and the U.S. Now, there has been a couple slip-ups, I know, here in Canada, because when I was going through the Orange Lodge, we were at Grand Lodge, and this was in 2000. That happened once and when I was in the Children's Lodge, and definitely, and that was when we had a parade in Ottawa. Totally. There was a gunman out on July the 12th. He thought he could take us all down. He's a Catholic guy. He got dealt with. And then in 2002, when I was in the Adult Lodge, we were at Grand Lodge in Smith Falls, Ontario, and we paraded from Smith Falls all the way into Toronto. And that kind of stuff like that. And again, there was a gunman there ready to try to shoot us down, and I fell off the horse because I was one of the guys that was the head of the parade that was reenacting King William, Prince of Orange, and the horse bucked me off, and I rolled under a truck. So I was luckily because the bullet had just skinned my hat. That was about it. Indefinitely. So after that, I got back up and paraded my bowler cap. And again, somebody misfired, tried to fire at us, misfired, and the bullet skinned my bowler cap, and I fell straight to the ground. And I stayed smart enough to stay to the ground till the guy was apprehended. This is why I said it was Toronto, and this was here in Ontario. Definitely. This is why I said it is a very, out of most things, guys, July the 12th is more of a more serious day. And more of a religious commemoration day. behind it, and that kind of stuff like that. So that's why I said, but it's not as bad here. But over in Belfast, Dublin, Ireland, it is really, really bad. Totally, July the 12th, like literally the Catholics roll fucking army tanks out. They have to roll. They roll fucking cannons out. They roll fucking smoke. They pack their belts with fucking grenades and smoke bombs, everything, just to fucking throw at us. It's not flowers that we get thrown at us. No, they're fucking armed and ready for us when we come down the fucking street. Totally. That's how bad they are over there. Sorry to put it in a sailor mouth term, but they are that bad. Totally, like that is more of a risk of a march than anything is for decades, for years, was the march through northern Belfast, Dublin, Ireland, that you see as people have videos of, that our different lodges have put up there. Or some of the ones that I used to belong to had put videos up there. The one that I had shared on what was it, on TikTok, was from the guys in Dublin, Ireland, from the House of Orange, where they marching down the main, down through northern Dublin, Ireland, and into the county down, which when they get to the county down is Catholic territory. That's where the war zone is down in the county down. That's where all the IRA motherfuckers hang out. And they're ready to either arrest them or kill them. Totally, it is really bad there. That's why I said it has not settled down for years. But there is sometimes it's peaceful, sometimes it's not. Even if there was Orangemen from here that went there, it puts even our Canadian Orangemen, it puts their life at risk, because they're exposed to the same parade. Because once they get there, they got to get off the plane and drops them off at the airport in the south, because they can't get right into the north. And they're okay when they get off in the south, because they're not, they get through okay. But when they go to taxi to their hotels or whatever like that into the north, then when they parade back to the south. And when they're parading back to the south in their regalias and colors. That's where it gets dangerous. And they parade from the north to the south, right down through the county down. And sometimes they don't always get a chance to come home. Some of the lucky ones come home. Some of the lucky ones come home alive. Some don't. Definitely, but they're always, for any which way emergency or whatever, on those parades. They have a tradition where they have everything right there, if needed, in case of a war outbreak or whatever. That kind of stuff like that. They have police. They have the EMS. They have, which is your paramedics. They have a corner van. They actually on the right on the parade route, somewhere on the parade route, they actually have hearses with caskets ready to pick up Orangemen if they have to pick them up. Definitely, this is what I said. It's no different than being in the military. They're prepared for everything, totally. When they're about to go on parade, because they don't know if it's going to be their last parade or their last walk down the street, or if they're even going to make it, and that kind of stuff like that. So they always keep themselves totally 100% prepared, and they do traditionally every July the 12th, when they're ready to parade, and that they've got everything with them. Definitely. They actually are like the Freemasons because they are part of the Freemasons community. They are a Masonic order, but they have things totally keep themselves well prepared. Um, in case if needed, or accessibility to whatever if needed. Um, that kind of stuff like that. But again, like I said, I can't tell you what goes on in their meetings when you become one. That's confidential. Or the different levels you go through. That's all confidential because it's, again, it is a Masonic organization. They are part of the Freemasons. And also Illuminati as well. So that's quite understandable. So again, I just want to get off that topic there now. So totally. So it doesn't get too offensive. But just explaining to you, giving guys the teachings on that totally. So basically, yes, they risk their life every time they go on parade. They never know if it's going to be their last one, or more so here in Canada, Ontario, they're more calmer, they're more relaxed. But in England and Scotland, Ireland, it's a different story. There is always some of them that don't come home. After marching down the street, by the time the end of the parade is over, by the time they get into the county down, there is Orangemen missing, there is Orange kids missing, because the IRA has shot them down. This is why I said I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that's just the way it is in northern Belfast, Ireland. This is why I said the type of situation it is over there. Here it's not like that. Here, yes, they can do. Here in Canada, they've done 12th of July parades. Now, there's been little incidents here and there with Catholic people, but not as bad as it is over in Ireland. The shit that goes on over in Belfast, Northern Ireland, that is a hot spot for the 12th of July, totally. If you guys wanted to know the history of it and that kind of stuff like that, that has never quit. The communist end of it, the war end of it. So people here whining and complaining about Canada getting communist. You haven't seen communistism until you go to fucking Germany or fucking Ireland. Especially when it's like fucking July the 12th and it's Orangeman's Day. Definitely, and the Orangemen are marching through IRA territory from the north to the south. Definitely, and you see you want to see a total fucking war zone. There you go. Definitely, like you have, they're shooting off smoke bombs. They're just as bad as Nazis. They're shooting off cannons at you, everything. It is in Northern Ireland. It is up and down, totally. It is totally different there than it is here in Canada, Ontario, or even in the United States. Now here we've had little incidents on July the 12th over the past years. Definitely when I was in it, we've had little incidents here and there, or little scraps, or people starting fights, or getting threatening, but not as very, very violent, domestically violent on how Northern Ireland is. That's why I said you see the videos of the Orange Parade in Northern Belfast, Ireland. Now, some of those people, if they were lucky enough, it would have been a miracle if they made it down the street alive in Ireland. It's never ever we ever heard of stories of anybody coming home, especially any of our Canadian Orangemen that went over there. have come back in boxes, have been flown back under the British flag. So, like I said, it is like Ireland is a very hot spot for July the 12th. Totally for Orangeman's Day or whatever. It is not a very pretty situation over there. Never has been. Even all the way through the 1990s, it never ever have been. And that kind of stuff like that. So it is. So in a way, yes, so you can see in a way how you kind of agree how the Catholics can be so evil. And how much of terrorism that goes on in the Catholic Church. All the hate that goes on. Now, the Orangemen, just so you guys know, I'm not Catholic. They stand in solidarity against the Catholics, and they have for generations. Totally. But I'm not going to get into that totally. Because I'm a type of person. I respect people's differences, that kind of stuff like that. But that just gives you a little bit of a history, guys. Basically, really where they come from, and what their stance are over history and war history and that kind of stuff. That relates all the way back to the time of Queen Victoria and the war, and all the way back through all their history to King William, Prince of Orange, that kind of stuff like that. That I'm basically sharing history that I know about, not that I don't know about, definitely. So, me being myself and having relatives in my family that went through it, and ancestries that went through it, definitely. So, like, and also having a grandfather that came over that was Orange from there, was a survivor there on my dad's side. So, he married a Native woman. So, like I said, she was full Native. She was Mohawk Blackfoot Native tribe. And when I was a baby, I was born on Dazarano Reservation on a Mohawk reservation. So, definitely. But I didn't grow up there. My mom took me off there when she separated from my dad. That took me to Peterborough. I grew up in Peterborough, Ontario. So I understand a lot that goes on around us in the world or whatever, especially now the times we're hitting too, more so, definitely, the challenge, or what they call challenging times or whatever. And definitely I'm not going to go into any detail because I don't want to send anybody's pants spiritually in a knot. I get people all ticked off and pissed off at one another, nothing like that, and that kind of stuff like that, and the rough times we're in, and that kind of stuff like that. So, even sitting back, I sit back and I watch Native TikTok. I get a kick out of what they have to say. I have an understanding what they're talking about, definitely. That kind of stuff. Also, me being part Native and plus the fact that I used to belong to the Orange Lodge, and there is First Nation Native Orange Lodges around. But no, they're not Catholics. But yes, they're or what they're talking about, what they're finding today, and that kind of stuff like that, going back to its history or whatever. Yeah, I sit back, I listen to what they have to say. I find it quite interesting, and understanding what they're going through, and definitely. So it is very, 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 very rough times, totally. And this is what people have to understand. There was a reason they had a reason why they called off Canada Day. The reason why they called off July the 4th. Why they didn't want people celebrating or throwing parties or Canada Day celebration, Canada Day parties. They didn't want Canada Day operating. Actually, they're right now to the point. They don't want Canada Day to ever operate ever again, because of this massive genocide they found, that kind of stuff like that. So if they call off Canada Day permanently, or July the 1st becomes their day of remembrance, that is their right. Or if there ends up to be no more Canada Day or no more July the 4th ever again. The natives have made their solidarity claims. It is their right to do that. So if they want you to honor the orange color every single year, that's their right. It's their call. It's their land. You can't get angry. You can't get ticked off, because if they want that day to become, if they want Canada Day and July the 4th to all of a sudden become their day, it's their right. That kind of stuff like that. Just like if for an example, I'll give you guys another example. Right now, the Catholics celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Okay? Now, because the Orangemen are the first native treaty, because the very first Orange Lodge was started by the Indigenous in northern Belfast, Ireland, the House of Orange, and also was started also with King Billy, Prince of Orange. Because the first set of Orangemen that King Billy, Prince of Orange recruited were Indigenous. They were native out of the Celtics in northern Belfast, Ireland, where he descended from England or whatever. Which he was Catholic himself. He rebelled against the Catholic Church and started the Orange Order way back during the War of 1812, the Battle of Boyne. Like I said, it still goes on bits and pieces. It still goes on Northern Ireland Day. That's what's so out of control. But we're not going to go there. But that is the history of it, guys. Totally. And then the English kind of grouped up with came out, joined the Orange Order and that kind of stuff like that, which had came from the Freemasons. So all their symbolizations, all their portals, all their passageways, anything that is secretable, like passwords, handshakes, whatever, is all Freemason. Totally. And being as old and historical as it is, and also King William, Prince of Orange himself, was a Freemason. A lot of people didn't. If you go and do the study of it, that's all. That's as far as I'm allowed to share with that history. But yeah, I'll give you guys a bit of those topic here. So getting back to that, like I was saying, if the Orangemen turned around and said they want St. Patrick's Day done away with, and they want to put it under cancel culture, St. Patrick's Day, yes, according to Orange constitutional law, they can stop you from celebrating St. Patrick's Day anywhere in the world, because traditionally, yes, the Irish flag is green, white, and orange, but originally the Orangemen were the first ones that descended to Ireland, Northern Ireland. So originally it was the orange, white, and green. So the orange came first because the orange represented the indigenous and then English settlement to Ireland, which what the white in between um, represented purity and peace, and then the green represented the IRA, which is the Irish famine, or the Irish Catholic invasion of the IRA. Then they brought out their they came from the south with the green flag with the golden fringe around it, uh, around the tassels around it, and with the golden harp that said "Era," um, "Erie" on the flag. Um, that is the Erie flag of "Era" is the IRA flag of the Catholics of the Irish Republican Army, of the Irish IRA itself. That when that famine hit, that's when the IRA invaded Ireland. Totally. The Jewish settlement came through the orange itself. So the orange is mixed between First Nation Native to North Pagan natives to natives, because the first order the first order of the orange were indigenous native. That stepped foot on the land, on the Netherlands, or the Irish lands of northern Belfast, Ireland, under the command of King William, Prince of Orange. They were the first set of Orangemen, over according to history, and then England came along and came under command of King William, Prince of Orange, and Queen Victoria. It grew. There was back those days. It was a big thing. It grew. And back those days, all those guys, William Booth, the guy that started the Salvation Army, he was an Orangeman, and he was also a Freemason. He was also a Methodist. So, like I said, that they all, and he was from England. He was also a Freemason. So there's things a lot of people did not know about its history. And then there was a time famine where Germany tried to over according to history, that Hitler tried to manipulate, and because back those days he had money, according to history, Hitler tried to overtake the Salvation Army under Germany's command, under Nazi command, under his command. So almost the Salvation Army almost at one time almost became part of Nazi Germany territory during the war times. I know my grandfather used to tell me all this, because Hitler tried to actually manipulate, tried to manipulate and tried to take over William Booth's Salvation Army soldiers, and tried to Nazi them all with Nazi red and white black armbands, and tried to Nazi them. Tried to Nazi uniformity-wise the Salvation Army. Good thing he didn't get his way, if you read that history. During those times, it was in a book that I had. I was reading up on it. Totally. It was one of the most evilest things that they don't even talk about in their soldiering program today, which is good. But yes, there was a history time period where Hitler tried to take control of command and tried to literally overtake the Salvation Army under his command. So it would be a Nazi soldiering movement under his command and patrol, if you want to put it that way, or under his Hitlerism. Definitely, there was a time period during those times. I know my grandfather used to tell me all that. I sat back and laughed. A lot of the young ones today that get into it, they don't know that history. They never study it. They don't even study the stuff before they even get into it. To them, it is an educational school course, is the way they treat it. They don't really have an understanding where its history really comes from and how it started, where it started, and how it's over the years, how it's connected to the Orange Order, how it's connected to King William, Prince of Orange, how the Salvation Army is connected to William Booth, how all these guys were connected, Hitler. All these guys were Freemason, on top of being Protestant and Methodist. All those had leaders, all those kings, all those kings and queens, early kings and queens, they were all Freemason. They were all Illuminati. And that's why I said it has a history. A lot of people probably wouldn't know about it, and they probably don't share as much as today. But if you go to into a library when they're open, like now they're not open, but if you go into the library and you really read its history, and you watch the documentations on its history, it's surprisingly, because it shows you where it all fits in, where it all started from. Totally. Definitely. I like reading that stuff too, again, like for hobby, that kind of stuff like that. And I was shocked when I read it and that kind of stuff like that. But yeah, and then also too, my grandfather used to tell me all his war stories before he died and that kind of stuff like that when I was a kid. I was about 14 or 15 when he died, so that's why I said I was an Army cadet when he was still around. That's why I said it. I was about 14 or 15, and he used to tell me that. He used to get a kick out of that. But and how he survived everything, and how he got the job at Warner Brothers Studio doing all these movie productions, that kind of stuff like that. How he was with Wolfgang Peterson behind the set of The Neverending Story, putting that movie together, and that kind of stuff like that. So, 1984, he was all in on that. Definitely. That's why I said I thought it was quite interesting. Definitely. Because in the end of it all, before he died peacefully. He was living out west, but he did some good for himself after a while. Definitely. So yeah, so technically, yeah, he's buried down in Montreal, Quebec. So, but yeah, of course, fortunately, it's surprisingly now my mother, she's passed on since 2017 of Huntington's disease. So mostly all her and all her brothers are gone, and her one sister's gone. Only one brother left, and he lives in Toronto, and she only has the one sister left. But her, and all the rest are gone. Definitely. So there's a big shocker. But I don't let it bother me because I've got my live streams. Like I said, to me it's a shield. So in a way, when I do these cosplay theaters, that kind of stuff like that, and I put it to kind of what you call kind of, I guess if you want to put it, cosplay theater. It is in a way, if you look at it, you can see the bit of storyline coming out. And some of them, no, you do. Some of them, there's not really much of a storyline to it. But some of them, yeah, you might see a storyline to them. Definitely. Somewhere, same with Haunted Hunter's Cabin, Camp Haunted Hunter's Cabin 13 was a big storyline to that. If you really looked closely and could understand it. Felicia Liliani Through the Looking Glass, with a storyline to that as well. Indiana T. Plain Through the Looking Glass. If you see the bit of the storyline to it, you may see it in there somewhere. Same with this next one, guys. You're going to see now. This one's longer. This one here is going to be more of a Halloween theme than anything to do with Halloween, and also to do with the paranormal and supernatural. Those that like stuff to do with the paranormal and supernatural. So again, like I said, this one is the legend of the haunted. Oh, yeah, Legend of the Haunted Through the Looking Haunted Evil. Through the Haunted Evil. I had the title there at the top of my tongue. I make these titles up, make them so tongue twister, I forget how to myself. The Legend of the Haunted. The Legend of the Haunted Through the Evil Looking Glass. That's what it is. I had to get it on the top of my tongue because I create these titles. And I get my tongue gets tied. Totally gets totally tied. So that way, guys, it is quite interesting on that one too as well. So we get off that educational topic, anyways. Kind of change format here, but anyhow, I thought I'd come on and do a quick YouTube live, guys. Definitely feel free to put the closed captions on, guys. Definitely, if you guys have any questions, jot down the questions down below. Please do not put any rude comments, that kind of stuff like that. Be respectful, that kind of stuff like that too as well. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a history here lesson. Totally. If I got that, I think I was able to share that correctly. That kind of stuff like that, but of its history. But yeah, so like I said, but fires here in Ontario, Canada. No, we don't ever have to face any of those, like what Northern Ireland faces on July the 12th. Definitely. Well, we had little minor incidents here with outbursts of Catholic people for years, because of their hate and racism towards us. Definitely. They've got couple little minor violent incidents from them, but the police have always dealt with them, in crowd control or whatever. Definitely, but Ireland, no. Ireland is the big blowout. It has to be always the big blowout or the big war zone of it all. Totally, never fails, because that's Ireland for you. It's never going to change. I can't say it never's going to change. They are hoping that they get into peace times or whatever, but no, they've tried for years. The peace agreement between the Orange and the Irish Republican has always never stood. Definitely somebody they tried a couple times to be equally peacefully at peace, and some asshole always breaks the damn peace agreement. On the Catholic side, never freaking fails, because it goes to show you that the Catholics can be a bunch of fucking terrorists when they want to be. Um, this is what I said, because they always have to hate what's friggin' different. So I put it that way, guys. Totally. But like I said, that's not an island out there for you. Definitely. That's why I never. That's why I said I'd never step foot out there. Even even when I was going through the Orange Order, they've asked me a couple of times if I wanted to go on parade in Northern Ireland. I'm like, do I got stupid written on my forehead? Because I when I was going through the Orange Order, yeah, I would have. But the point is, knowing that the fact and have the understanding, you're not gonna come home, or if you do, you're gonna come home by UPS or FedEx in a box, or air flight. Um, Definitely. Um, this is why I said like it is. Ireland is for years is not at peace. Never do change. Time, but I don't think we'll ever see that. I Man, some of us guys that are left, we ever see that, we'll probably take a heart attack. Okay. um, but yeah. But there's a little history there for you guys, totally. But again, not saying for tourist industry it's not a bad place, but there's uh, just certain times of the year, Ireland is rough. It's violent. It's especially when it comes to the 12th. Um, that is that is when it gets very um, war infested, because all the army tanks, the Irish Republican Army has all their tanks and choppers in the skies, helicopters shooting shit from the helicopters at you, everything, throwing smoke grenades at you, everything. They can't keep their explosive shit to themselves or shove it up their ass and blow themselves up. They have to blow us off the street. Um, totally. Um, that, like I said, that is a bunch of Catholics for you. They're a bunch of fucking terrorists. Um, there can be. They always got to start a war of some kind. It never fails. Um, they'll never quit. Totally. I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, to be mean. That is the exact truth. Totally. Like that's how evil. In a way, you see how evil and bad they really are. Totally. Um, but yeah. But off that topic, but we get, like I said, but my TikToks don't get into that, but or that deep into it. But I just basically share the education and history of stuff because I used to be an entrepreneur myself, um, and understanding of what they go through. Um, and understanding that these men, orange men and women and children, gave their lives for here in Canada for 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 these churches to operate, or we would have ended up just like Northern Belfast, Ireland, a total communist country all the way from since day one. Um, so that's what I said, and then also going through to World War I and World War II times, our Canadian troops fought for freedom. So um, no matter who they were fighting for or with, um, war was war. No matter what, it came knocking on your door, if you like it or not. Um, and my grandfather said, no matter who or what you served with, war was war. You fought for Britain. You fought for the Orange. You fought for the Catholics. You fought for the Knights of Columbus, the IRA, whatever. War was war. Even out that like today, there's still wars going on today. That's started in King William, Prince of Orange times. That never quit. And Ireland is the main spot where that war has never stopped. It still goes on today. Still, it is terrible, totally terrible. Here in Canada, like we've learned to be equal. Like accept people for their differences. Maybe not on people on TikTok, but that's TikTok. That's an internet app. But we learned to respect or accept people for their differences and that kind of stuff like that. Like we're not as isolated here as they would be there. Like we don't have people forced into divided communities saying, "Oh, you have to stay in this community. You can't shop in this other community." Because you're not of their faith or you're not of their beliefs or you're not of their religion. You can't eat in McDonald's if it's owned by a Catholic, like it is like in the Catholic community in Ireland. If you're Protestant, you can't take your kids into McDonald's. The IRA will remove you out. Or they left behind you, or they'll probably kill you on the spot or do something. They will not let you in. That's the way Ireland is. Same if there's stores on the Protestant community. The Catholics can't shop there. If you're Catholic, out you go. Again, same thing applies. The orange side to hang you, shoot you, slit your throat. You ain't shopping in their stores in their community. They don't allow it. That's the way Northern Ireland. Sorry if I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that's the history, and that's what still goes on over in Northern Belfast, Ireland. This is why they were years and generations. They were hoping and praying for a miracle, for peace, for there, so they can be as equal as we are here. As Canadians and American people. There, it's not like that. Totally. That's probably why you see the guys doing TikTok videos, that ones that live here. They're so happy that they can walk into a McDonald's stores no matter who or what religious group owns it. And go in and buy a meal and eat. Where they know in Northern Ireland, they can't do that. Totally. You have to stay within you have to shop or stay within your own community you live in. That's why I said if I was living there, or if I didn't take that leave of absence, and even if I if I had still had met my wife, and she was living over there, or I went back to it and I was living there, we would be separated by IRA Constitution because I'm Protestant. Totally. Because the fact that I descend from the Orange. So we would be totally separated out there. She'd be forced into the IRA community. I would be forced into the House of Orange community, which is where rightfully I would belong. Definitely. There would be two divided communities. We wouldn't be allowed to be married. I would be forced to be married to a Protestant woman that's like myself. That's the way Ireland is. But I'm glad it's not like that here. Totally, I'm glad it's not like that here. Because I like I said, I was born and raised here in Canada, Ontario. But I'm telling you, like that's why I'm glad it's not like that here. Um, over early history of time, it was, um, but over time that all changed. Um, that kind of stuff like that. So there's a little bit of history there, guys. Totally, um, and that kind of stuff like that. So there is if so basically yes, there's more to that story than a snake shakes a stick at. Totally. Um, I don't know how snakes can shake sticks because they don't have arms. Totally. That there is a bit of an Indiana humor there for you guys. I'll give that's the best one I've ever came up with. And that joke part of it, totally. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. I just wanted to share a little bit of education and history there for you guys. A little bit of history and education that I know of, definitely. Hope I'm not scaring you guys too much. Um, I'll save that for the legend of the legend of the haunted through the looking glass, through the evil looking glass for you guys to scare you guys on that one. A bit of a guys, that's gonna replace the Halloween haunted house totally. The big one. So I guess Halloween night's gonna be the comedy night, guys. Hope things are going well. So I'm basically you guys a bit of an actual true history lesson of historically here a little bit. That is not that is not going to offend anybody else in a way. It won't offend anybody in a way or whatever. Just give you a bit of the education of it end of it, where we actually came from. The orange originally comes from and how it started, why it started, and who started it. Not saying that in a bad way, but you know, why their existence is and why and what they stand for, why their parades on July the 12th really stand for. When they come out, definitely. And they take over the streets, definitely. So, and also too, and another reason why even here in Canada, Ontario, Canada, on a July the 12th parade. Right now, we can't have big events, but when the big events are operating, when there's the July the 12th parades, why the streets are closed off, why before our orange guys come down the street. Men and women come down the street. Why the legions and armories are forced to lock down, to actually close up and lock up for that hour while the Orangemen are marching past, for safety purposes. So if there's a Catholic terrorist on parade route, doesn't go into the armories and start shooting off the cannons or going ape shit, or don't have access to any rifles or firearms while the Orangemen are going down the street, for safety of our orange men and women and children, definitely, because of what's going on in northern Belfast, Ireland. We don't want happening here. So that's why even the police, when they block off the roads, they parade marshal the roads when the orange comes down the street. When we come down the street, when I was going through it, I remember the July the 12th parades. Definitely, why the legions are ordered to be closed up and locked up, and the armories are to be closed up and locked up. Anything that actually has access to firearms training or are licensed in firearms, they on July the 12th they are ordered by Gaul government, and they're ordered by all police departments to lock up their armories, their legions, anything that is licensed in firearms or anything. So that way, if Catholic people show up at the parade and those Catholic people are terrorists, they don't attack us or try to fire at us or pull guns or try to get their hands on any firearms out of the armories or whatever, because those motherfuckers will do that. Totally. And I'm not saying all of them will do that. No, there's some Catholics that are respectful, but there is ones that are just terrorists that will, especially amongst the young people, young people, more so than anything. They would be thinking it would be funny to throw a grenade at us, or think it'd be funny to fire a gun at us or fire a bullet at us, or open fire at us. This is why when the 12th of July hour and parade happens, when they do them, all armories, even the cenotaph, is well guarded by the police. It is, and the armories are to be locked up, closed up, not allowed to, not even training going on in there. Any military training going on in there. They have to that day has to lock up and close down. That hour while the Orangemen are going down the street. Definitely, especially if there's orange children on parade, there's orange men on parade, orange women on parade, especially when King Billy comes down the parade. Whatever orangeman that's on duty, that's leading the parade, definitely. This to make sure the parade goes down the street safely and that kind of stuff like that here in Canada or Ontario. That way we don't turn into another northern Belfast, Ireland, or another war zone, Catholic and Protestant war zone. Totally. It's a big safety thing, really. If you really look at it, it's a good thing that they started doing that. They had one little incident, because the little incidents they had in Toronto, yes, and Ottawa over the last few years. This is why they actually lock down any armories or legions or whatever that trains in firearms or has access for their soldiers to get at it. Because I'm not saying their soldiers will do anything, but there is probably amongst their crew there could be terrorist soldiers, like there could be in any group. Or same with the Catholics, there could be strict IRA. Strict Catholics that are total terrorists, because the IRA itself is a terrorist organization. And it again, yes, it's Catholic. This is why I said, so they're all over the world. They're just like us orange, like our Orangemen. They're all over the world. Same with the Irish Republicans. They're all over the world. No matter where you live. This is why I said so. This is why it is a very what you call one of those very serious days or whatever. Another one of those. It's way different than Remembrance Day, but knowing the fact that what the Orangemen go through in Ireland still today, they still go through domestic war violence by marching down the street in Ireland, and some don't even make it down the parade route. Some don't make it home. Some do, some don't. So like that's why I said that's why July 12th has always been another one of those what you call memorial type days or whatever, parade days or whatever. Yeah, they have their bars too that they go into, that kind of stuff like that if they want to, and that kind of stuff like that. But they have. It's more like a day of remembrance than anything. Same idea as Battle of Britain that comes up in September. That kind of stuff like that. So it's a different kind of style of what you call honoring, a day of honoring and commemoration. But July the 12th is for the Orangemen. More or less than anything, but man, since it's July still, and we just passed July the 12th, I just thought I'd share that little history with you guys. Definitely, this is the only time I can share it. But moving on, 350 already. Moving on to the legend of the haunt of my tongue is tied. The legend of the haunting, the haunted through the evil looking glass is I'm putting it together right now, kind of stuff like that. Like I said, it's gonna be longer. Maybe a little bit more music time than anything, or TikTok timing, definitely. Again, do respect the again, like I said, guys. It's just a cosplay theater. Again, some of it again a bit of a magic show illusion with the mirror. Definitely. So far, you've seen the last two, like Felicia Liliani through the Looking Glass, Indiana T playing through the Looking Glass. Now this one here is the biggest one, guys. I think this out of the Looking Glass series that I put together is going to be the last one to it. Okay, this is the biggie. This is the biggie. This is the very spooky and biggie one. So again, this one's for Halloween. So definitely, yes, I'm early because it takes me time to put this stuff together. Like, it's not an overnight type thing. Like, I can't do it within 24 hours. It takes time of finding the right backgrounds for the green screening, selecting a good set of music to it. That's going to fit it. Definitely. It's going to make it interesting. So thank you guys again for tuning on in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session, definitely. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.